Hello, my name is Markus Auler from Kranz GmbH in Germany, and in this video we want to show you how to change a filter element with the back-in back-out technology on a Kranz filter housing. To change the filter element you need the following equipment. You need one new filter element, you need one new maintenance bag, one new hollow rubber ring, the heat seal device, the clamping device, and lifting table to have the right height for changing the filter element. So before we start to change the filter element, first of all the filter housing needs to be shut down, either by isolating with the gas tight dampers, or the complete ventilation system needs to be shut down. Once this is done, we have an in-bleed filter. If you have dampers on the housing, you will have a negative pressure inside the housing, and to equalize the pressure you will open the bleed valve. In this case, air can stream into the housing, equalize the pressure, and it's easier to unfold the maintenance bag later on. First of all, we remove the cover of the filter housing by unlocking the screw. And we will find then the fixed maintenance bag on the housing. So the maintenance bag is clamped with two hollow rubber rings to ensure a tight seating. So the first step, you unfold the maintenance bag. So you adjust the table to the right height so that you are on a similar level to the filter element, and as a next step you need to unlock the filter element. This is done by compressed air, so we have here a connection with compressed air, and when we open the valve we will release the filter element so that it's easy to remove the filter element. So by unlocking the filter element, it is now possible to use the maintenance bag as a glove and pulling the filter element slightly out. And now it is important not to damage the bag, to try to get the maintenance bag simultaneously with the collet over the board and over the filter element to avoid the stretching of the maintenance bag. When you have done that a few times, then you can remove the filter element further, and you will continue with pulling the maintenance bag over the filter element. And it is important, if you have sharp edges, like for instance if you have steel cassettes, to do this slow and very carefully. So now we are almost halfway out, and now we try to get as most of the bag over the filter element, because we need the space later on to pull it out completely, and also to be able to clamp the filter element or the maintenance bag. So now we are almost at the end of the maintenance bag. Now we can pull out the filter element and get it to the table. So the filter element is now out. As a next step, we need to clamp the maintenance bag to cut the maintenance bag. So therefore we push just the stair a bit forward so that we get a bit space on the maintenance bag. Then we push together the maintenance bag. And now using the clamping device, and with this clamping device the maintenance bag will be get in the right form and in a channel that could be easily cut with the heat seal device. So the maintenance bag is now inserted. Now I will fix it with the clamping device. So you need to clamp it until the end, so that you have a good channel to cut, and I will show you this channel later on once it is clamped tight. Now the bag is clamped, and I will just show you how the channel looks like. You can see here the dividing channel, and with the heat seal device, with the hot knife, we will cut now the bag in one step on both ends. So it will be cut with slightly sawing movement, but without pressure on the knife, because if you put pressure on it, the weld would not be tight enough, and it would be getting a failure. We are using PE bags. With PE bags, the dust which will be created is not hazardous and not harmful, so therefore it is a safe procedure to cut the back with a hot knife. So this will take now a couple of seconds, and once we are through the back, so we are now through the back, we are now moving with the knife several times over the surface on both ends to weld it, and once this is done, the back is now cut and welded in one step. Now we have to wait approximately a minute so that the plastic can cool down, and then we can open the device. So the minute is now over, so we can unlock the device again. And once we have done it, you can see here both ends are completely welded, and I also can show it a bit closer. So you see this end is completely welded, and also the end on the other side is completely welded. So this filter element is now ready for disposal, and the opening of the housing is still covered by the back remnant. The next step will be then how to fill in a new filter insert. So before we start to get in the new filter insert, we have now here the new filter element. We have the new maintenance bag, and as a first step we pull over now the new maintenance bag over the new filter element, so that the filter element is inserted into the new bag. And here it is also important to carefully pull the maintenance bag over the filter element, not to destroy the maintenance bag. So all this work should always be done at least with two, to avoid problems there. Then you should leave a bit of the back, because this you will need later on to remove the old bag which is placed in front of the housing. So now we will lift up the filter element, we'll pull down the maintenance bag and lay the filter element on its side. So now we have the new filter element in the new maintenance bag. As a next step, we will remove the second ring, so the ring next to the housing. This ring will be reused, so we pull it over the new maintenance bag. And as we need a second new ring, we also pull this over the maintenance bag. So now we fold the back remnant up to the front, so that the second groove is free and the bag is still clamped with one of the rubber rings. So now we get the new maintenance bag, pull it over the old maintenance bag, and need to see that the groove is free and that the old maintenance bag is not clamped with that. Then we take a new hollow rubber ring and we push this one into the undercut groove, and you should see that the handle is always in a position that it is easy to grab. So I recommend it for the vertical arrangement on the top position, for horizontal arrangement maybe on the side. Okay. So once the new maintenance bag is clamped, so the new maintenance bag is now also clamped. Now you use the maintenance bag as a glove to remove the old maintenance bag that is still on the housing. So therefore you take it like a glove, you grab the handle and you pull out the ring and the maintenance bag. Okay. So once this is done, you will then grab the old bag and the old ring, and you need to transfer it behind the filter element to the other side. And here it is important not to pull the back remnant and the ring over the surface of the filter element, because this could destroy the filter element. So always push it from the side walls where the filter element is protected. And then you can see here why I left a bit of the back at the end front. So I will use that one also as a glove, so that I can come closer to the side where I want to pull the rest of the filter. So we will now push it forward to this position. And from this side I can then grab the old back remnant and pull it behind the filter element. And the same I will do with the maintenance. There is a hollow rubber ring. So again, I use it as a glove. Pull the ring to the front side, to the side. And once I reach the position, I can grab it and pull it around. So now the old maintenance bag and the old ring is behind the filter element. We will place now the second ring to fix the maintenance bag. So here again, handle in the top position so that it's easy to grab for the next changing. And you need to ensure that the rings are pressed into the groove so that you have a tight seat. So now this is done. Now we can bring the filter element a bit forward on the table, so that you have also free space there. And then we do the same when removing the filter element. We pull the maintenance back carefully over the new filter element. Up to the front of the housing. We lift it in the right position, and then you can easily push it to the housing. Always see that you not send it back somewhere where it is broken, and once it is in, we will push it inside. So now the filter element is inserted. We will clench the filter element, and the filter element is now done. So before we close now the environment and roll up the maintenance bed, we will first check if the gasket of the filter element is in the right position and if it is not damaged. So therefore we do a leak test, and after that we can close the cover. To test the leakage of the gasket of the filter element, each of the Kranz housings has a coupling where we can pressurize a test groove around the gasket of the filter element. So therefore we connect the leak test device. We will pressurize the gasket to 2000 pascals, and then we can read the leakage rate. So if we go to the test device, you can see the pressure 2000 pascal. On the flow meter there is no indication, so this means the leakage rate is lower than 0.015 liters per minute, and allowed would be 1.5 liters per minute. So this ensures that the gasket is not damaged. And now we can close the port again, so I can disconnect the leak test device. We will fold up the maintenance bag. And then we put the cover on again. And by putting the cover on, you need to ensure that you don't clamp the handles there, so that the gasket is proper on the filter housing. And then you lock it by screwing the handles on all four sides. So now the filter change is done. You can close now the bleed filter. You can open again the dampers, and you can get the system again into operation. I hope that was a good explanation for you. I hope you found it interesting, and thank you very much.